If you guys have noticed, we made a little bit of tripods change this season, and we have gone with the Fatboy tripods. I'm going to go over some of these features and show you the difference between my old setup and this new setup, and why I think you'll like it too. So here we have the old setup that I used to run all the time. This is the Feisol Cretac tripod with a RRS, the TA-3 Versa, with a dual clamp attachment on top of it. So you have to buy this. Even the leveling head itself is multiple items. Here on the Fatboy tripod, this is a Fatboy Elevate 2-section legs with a Levitate Leveling Head. The head is one piece. On the RRS, you have to buy multiple items to make this pieces, right? So again, the first thing off the bat that you notice is the RRS just clamps onto a ARCA rail, which that's all that I use. However, I have let some friends use this or borrow this, especially somebody that's going to go shoot with us, and they don't have an ARCA rail. They had a Picatinny, not an ARCA. The great feature of the Fatboy Levitate is you can clamp both Picatinny and ARCA on the same head. No changes necessary, no adapters necessary, which is a great feature on the Fatboy leveling head. Now, the actual attachments for the head, both of them are secure. Never had any issues with the RRS, have yet to have any issues with the Fatboy. I like the adjustability of the Fatboy a little better than I do the RRS. No tools needed. Essentially, you just push it in and turn that nut right there to tighten it or loosen it. This one you're gonna need some tools to get in there and get it adjusted, get it as tight as you want it. Okay, so clamping them in, you got your throw lever. Now this is the part that I have truly enjoyed. Okay, now while I'm getting to the spot where I'm about to set up and hunt, this old setup here, I had to grab a hold of this and twist it. Okay, so I would twist it and that would give me my range of motion, right? The problem with that is, depending on how, as I was carrying it and I set it down, so if I'm carrying it and I go and I set it down, if it happens to be to where I had to reach around this leg, it would be uncomfortable. So I would either have to try to hurry up and spin it, and depending on the coyotes or the hogs, I'm over here trying to navigate around these legs to try to loosen up the the leveling head and get it to where I can shoot, which again took a little practice, but using it over and over and over, you got a little accustomed to it. But you still at times would get into a situation where I would sit there and set it down, and then I'd have to try to twist and try to figure out where the animals were, and it was a little bit of a headache at times. Going to the Fatboy, I've truly enjoyed this, is that the Fatboy has a throw lever. So depending on where I'm at, the good thing is, like, if I set it down like this, I can simply grab a hold of this leg, I reach down with my fingers, almost like if you're a motorcycle rider, reach down with a couple fingers, pull the lever, and then you can do it. And then let's say if I do set down and I am in an awkward position, I can still, either way, I can throw this lever. It doesn't matter where I'm at. To throw the lever is different than trying to twist it while you're between legs, right? So even if I was on this side, I could push it and it would loosen, right? So I really love the throw lever way more than the TA3, having to twist it, this has been an awesome feature that I truly have enjoyed. And now, one thing, when I did pick up this tripod just a few minutes ago, as you guys seen, like I said, if you're gonna pick it up normally how we carry them, on our shoulders like this, you can see that these legs, you know, they don't cross, right? Whereas on my old setup, on the Feisol, they would, right? So then you see how, now this one's a little loose, I need to tighten it up, so don't account that for it, but you can tighten them up. The problem was they would click and clang, and so again, it was you know, noisy at times, and right now that is definitely loose. I need to tighten that up, but you know, not taking that away from it, but you can see where the legs cross and they would make noise, especially if we're trying to get in a situation where we need to sneak in. I would end up like putting all three of them across like that and kind of holding on to it, and then that way I can make sure that they wouldn't clang. So there was things I had to do to make up for the fact that those legs do cross, where these do not. And so that's been a super stealthy way to get in and out without those legs crossing and banging, and even the carbon hitting each other. Alone, you know, set aside that the bottoms have metal collars on them, just the carbon itself, the carbon will clack. It makes a sound. Now these are rubber covered, the bottom's not, so it does make some noise, but the carbon itself, it makes noise as well. So having legs that don't cross has been a huge benefit to us getting in and out of different situations and not, you know, giving up our position or blowing the coyotes or hogs out. Another thing is similar to the Feisol Cretac, you can adjust these legs, I mean, all the way out. Lots of adjustability, great latching system right there. It's been a very enjoyable tripod, I will say. I do like how the elevate adjusts from the top. So the great thing is you can loosen it up, and again, like I said, I can just adjust it down. But as you see down here, I can travel and have this in the truck vault or in the back seat collapsed, where this one I would leave it fully extended because I didn't want to mess with all the collars and having to pick it up, adjust it from the bottom, right? So this, you can loosen it, right? So if you have it tight, all you do is just loosen it, and then now, as easy as that, I can lift it up to where I want to, snug it up, and then we're ready to rock. And so it's good to go. So adjusting it from the top, man, this has really been a game changer for me. Stout tripod. I do really enjoy, and I do like this one. This has definitely been my go-to. This has kind of been a kick around tripod now. We'll use it for maybe filming, or you know, if I've got someone going with us, we may use it, but we do have a couple other fat boys now that I generally tend not to use this anymore for the noise and the actual, you know, this twist. I'm telling you, from the day I got it, I did not like it. I really wish I would have changed it to another leveling head, but that twisting and then having to like twist it. Now they do make a longer handle and they do make a shorter handle. I do not recommend it. I do not like it. Even filming with our cameras, sometimes I'll put our cameras on there, and that even aggravates me to have to try to adjust this in between the legs now, especially now after using the Fat Boy. I generally, we don't use this one much at all anymore. The tripod itself is lightweight, nothing wrong with it. Again, it's done its work over the years. You can see how it's kind of scratched up from you know, the dust and the dirt and the grime and everything from Texas, South Georgia, Florida, all the different places we've taken it. The carbon's not as good looking as it used to be, but it's done its job. Again, nothing against the tripod. The tripod has definitely done what it needed, has done what it's needed to do over the years, but it's definitely come time to retire this thing, thanks to the new Fatboy tripod. And I'm gonna set this down right here on the truck vault. So here it is, the new two-leg, two-section, three-leg tripod from Fatboy. This is the Elevate. And again, I like the two-leg. They also make a three-leg, three-section. I keep saying three-leg, two legs. It's a tripod. It's got three legs. You guys got it. Sections, two-section. They also have a three-section. Same thing, adjust from the top. Now you can get into the traverse. The traverse adjusts from the bottom. I do like the two-section traverse. Again, it's only one adjusting collar on each leg, so even the traverse in a two-section is not that bad. The traverse in a three-section would essentially be similar to my old setup, where you had to loosen 6 collars adjusted to where you wanted to. So now I will say, if you do like a three-section, it does collapse a lot shorter for ground blind hunting. So if you guys hunt out of ground blinds, or if you hunt you know, situations where you're going to be sitting on the ground, even turkey hunting, this is the shortest. This two-section leg will collapse. Okay, so you could sit on a stool and still shoot, but you can collapse it even more with the three-section. The three-section actually collapses a little bit shorter. So depending on his personal preference, whether you want the three-section or the two-section legs, I prefer the two-section legs, but everybody's different. Again, check them out, guys. Fatboy Tripods. Tell them 704 sent you. I am super pleased with this tripod. I highly suggest it. You know, I'm not one to jump from gear to gear to gear, as you guys know. I've been running those legs for, oh Lord, probably 4 years now, and got this set up, and I have absolutely fell in love enough to come to you guys and tell you I highly suggest it. I recommend it, because as you guys know, over the years, we are not going to have you jump from one product to another product to another product. If it's something that truly makes a difference, and I believe this tripod does. I've hunted nilgai in Texas with it. I've hunted hogs all across Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, South Carolina. I've put these legs through the paces, and I highly suggest them, guys. So check them out. You'll be happy. You'll like them. It's the Fatboy Elevate with the Levitate head. Go get you one. Send me some pictures of your success with them. I'd love to see them. So guys, if this video has helped you make a decision on getting yourself a new set of legs, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, and share it with your friends. You know, let them know that these Fatboy tripods are definitely worth the investment. I have honestly beat the crap out of these things, and they look brand new. I mean brand new. You can only see right here on this leveling head where I've kind of slammed the ends of my arca rail. Yeah, because at night, you know, what I do is I set it in the head and I'll clamp it, but I'll pull it back, right? And the reason I pull it back is I want my magazine away from the legs as far as possible, so they never tend to smack them, right? So when I get there, it's completely dark. We're not using headlights. That's what those marks are. And the marks right here, if you see on the front, you see that one little shiny spot on my arca rail. and that is from that. I set it on there, I put it about halfway, and I pull it back until it hits. And when it hits, then I know I'm at the end of my arc rail, and I know that my magazine is the furthest away from these legs it'll be. That way, in case I got to rotate 360, I'm nowhere near hitting those legs. So if you snug them up too much to the front, you can see where you could run into a problem, right? So that's what I do, is I sit there and I'll slide it back till I hit, tighten it down, and now we are ready to rock. But hey, love it, guys. Hope this helps. Again, not to be repetitive, thumbs up, be sure to subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you guys on the next one.